Hello! Hi guys!
Hi.
So Julian and I, we went to a flea market together today. I bought a lot of stuff, you just bought 2 things. And I went to a flea market earlier today also.
Thomas get up at 6:30.
6:30? Yeah, I rushed. But I'm not gonna do that anymore, it's way too early. I did it 2 days in a row, yesterday and today, and that's probably the last time I'll ever do it.
Next week he'll just do it again.
Nah, stuff. First I'm gonna show some stuff that we forgot in the previous episodes.
Yes, and Jurgen was very disappointed.
First, another flea market find from Polderstad Hoboken. A Mario pin, 20 cents. And then I got this free from Tess because it's not boxed. I thought it was another game.
It's from a town in Wallonia.
A shop called Video Duck.
The best name ever, Video Duck. I hope they had a lot of DuckTales in Video Duck.
Probably it's around that time that DuckTales was popular. Then these are, I don't know.
Yeah, this I got this from Tess. And Tess said, I'm going to throw it away. So I said, I'm going to give it to Thomas.
So now I have to throw it away. No, I'm gonna...
It's a good song.
Yeah, Hit 'em High.
Hit 'em high, hit 'em high, hit 'em high.
It's a pretty good song.
It's a good movie as well, Space Jam.
Yeah, it's a fun movie. I got it on VHS.
Me too, yeah. Back when Texaco gave free VHS tapes when you filled your tank.
Really? Yeah. And Jurgen also gave me this. I bought it from him and he didn't give
because
it.
He's not a fan.
He's not a fan. $12.50. It's a component video cable.
Is it rare?
No, it's not rare, but you can use it also for PS1, PS2, and PS3. And you can also use it to have RGB out to a PVM monitor because they have separate cables. And in a PS2 you can choose in the options RGB or YP. I never know how to pronounce component. YPRBP or something. It's the abbreviation of component. Here, YPBCBPRCR. Who invents such names? And then
it's nice that Jurgen also writes your name on the
receipt.
Because he...
otherwise he forgets.
Yeah, he has lots of things to hand out to...
people.
To his minions.
One video CD, The Never Ending Story. Pretty cool.
I like the fact that it's a Jumbo home video.
Yeah, it's really strange. It's
Jumbo, which we know as a producer of board games. They also
and puzzles and...
Yeah, they also had a video label at one point in the 80s.
And they made video CDs.
Yeah, so... I do have one VHS from Jumbo Video.
Oh, really? Yeah.
Little Nemo in Slumberland. It's an anime. But back then I didn't know it was an anime, so that's probably like the only anime movie I've ever seen because I'm not a big fan, but I also know nothing about anime.
Yeah.
So that's the only movie but back then I didn't know it was anime. To me it was just a cartoon.
A cartoon, yeah, but in the 80s and 90s a lot of companies did this. Publish Japanese cartoons.
And it was just dubbed in Dutch. So.
Yeah,
but it's a good movie. Have you ever seen it? Little Nemo in Slumberland? So when I think about it today, because I haven't seen it for the past 20 years, but now I recognize some Japanese weird things in the movies, like a guy in his pajamas fighting evil wizards and going to a strange dark... Well, it's just weird.
Yeah, it's typical
Japanese. It's a cool movie. It's a cool movie. I think there's also a NES game based on the Little Nemo song.
I have from Capcom. I have it. Yeah.
I think it's an acclaimed game.
So this morning I went to a garage sale in Waregem. A garage sale, which is about a 16-minute drive from here. And I arrived there at 7:20 or something. Not 7, that was it.
Very important to stress the 7:20.
And
everything was sold by then.
No, a lot of people were still setting up, but I saw that it wasn't really a garage sale. It was also a flea market with professional vendors.
What is the difference between a garage sale and a flea market?
A garage sale normally are only the people who live there, who open up their garage to sell their shit. But a flea market is more like professional vendors who do this every week.
So let's say that you can find a lot more deals or better deals at a garage sale, because then it's just people wanting to get rid of their shit.
Yeah, but you can also have garage sales where you see no games whatsoever, because
But it's not all about games, huh?
No, it's true. It's not all about games, but for me, it's mostly about games. Have you ever seen my intro video? When I wrote I call it videos and games, mostly games.
Yes.
So the first booth I ran across that had games were selling DS games for €3 a piece.
That's a good price.
Yeah, so I took out the Layton series. The other games were Jewel Quest and like typical
the Kruidvat games.
Yeah, the Cradle of Rome and things like that. Cradle of Rome. Cradle. And they also had some PS3 games, but also nothing noteworthy. And she said the best ones, the Marios and everything, were already picked out in the morning. And I said, well, it's 7:20. When was this morning time?
At 5.
And then I found another guy selling PS2 games. I asked how much. He said 10 for the box. And I said, well, I only want this one, Kingdom Hearts. And I said, would you take euro a piece? Because he was really indecisive about how much. And he said, sure. So that one complete for
So this is the very first Kingdom Hearts, right?
Yeah.
This is the one that kicked off the franchise.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
And
is it a good game? I've never played it.
Me neither. I just bought it.
I'm a big Disney fan, but
it's
for one reason or the other, it never really spoke to me. I mean, it's Disney, but yeah.
I like the art style of the
cover.
Yeah,
it's a very nice art style.
And also in the same box I found 3 PS3 official memory cards, and I asked him what you want for these, and he said, well, €1 for the 3 of them, so I wasn't gonna leave those behind. Tony Hawk Underground, NBA is on this card, and here he has Dog's Life and GTA 5. Dog's Life, what the hell?
GTA 5? No.
No, GTA, it says 5 cities.
Vice City.
San Andreas.
It would be cool that he had GTA 5 on PS2.
So,
look, the funny thing is that here it says that it includes characters from Tarzan, Aladdin, and Hercules, but only Tarzan has a trademark. So we can just copy Aladdin and Hercules.
But Aladdin is like a classic name from so probably they.
But Tarzan, yeah, well.
Tarzan, I think
it
started.
It's not owned by Disney.
Maybe
now.
Maybe they bought it. Yeah.
Disney owns everything.
So there was another booth that was selling games, of course, and he said 5 for the PS3s and 3 for PS2s, and I took out these 2, Ratchet and Clank, Quest for Booty. I don't know, have you played this one?
No, I'm always on the Quest for Booty. But,
me too. But,
never played it.
And this one, just the Budokai one, looked really nice with the collector's sleeve. So I took those 2, expecting the price to be 8.
8, yeah, 3 and 5.
And he said 4, so I was like, okay.
The guy knew his math.
Yeah. And then I took some more games, like 4 or 5 games, but I thought, oh, sweet. And then it was like 20, I was like, okay, not gonna buy those. Then I found a small Playmobil box.
So nice.
It's nice. It's from the late 80s, early 90s.
92. Yeah.
92?
I looked it up.
The Indians.
Over here, 92.
Okay, thank you. And look at that back picture. Diorama. It's so nice. It's open, but everything inside is still sealed in the bag, so it was never used.
This is back when Playmobil women or ladies. The only distinction between a man or the skirt going up, so they had no breasts. And then later on, in the mid-90s, they introduced breasts.
Yeah, it's already in the mid-90s.
I think it was. Yeah.
I prefer the old ladies are super cool.
But it's funny. Why would it be a lady because her skirt is going on?
And it's also a bit like the skirt going on. It's like a mini skirt from the 60s.
Yes. So. Why would an Indian be wearing a 60s skirt? I don't know.
These were actually also the very first Playmobil figures with printing.
Ah, is it?
The Indians, yeah. That was the first series that...
Lego did it starting with the Pirates.
Yeah. And I really I mean, at the time, this was revolutionary. It was like, whoa, Playmobiles with printing. And here they still have detachable, like, equipment.
Yeah.
Because these days, they really don't have much...
Attached,
yeah, it's attached and you can't detach it.
They also have the cufflinks that you could
that's
take
super
on
cool.
and off.
So, next up...
Thomas got a lot of crap.
All cheap crap, so it's okay. The Smiths.
Cheap crap, is it like strap?
Strap. Here we come.
The Smiths.
€1, loose, but it comes in a black sleeve. It was in between the singles, like the house singles from the early 90s.
12 inches.
12 inches. So I think they didn't see that it was actually a record, because it was a reseller, so most were 10, €8. So I was happy to pick this up for one.
It's funny, I'm watching Orange is the New Black now. Have you seen it?
No,
Orange is the New
not
Black?
yet.
Great series. And one of the characters is very fond of the Smiths, but it's funny because they even joke about it because she's born after the Smiths were famous. So
no, me too.
Yeah, no. The Smiths were mostly in their heyday between 82, 88. So you were alive when the Smiths.
I wasn't listening.
Okay, but so this character was supposedly born in 92, and then her best friend is dissing her like, yeah, you like the Smiths, but you don't know them. You were born after the fact. So two Latinas talking to each other. It's quite funny. You should check out the series.
I always think it's strange that people complain about the fact that you weren't born yet.
Yeah.
Because
apparently, you can't.
You can't enjoy the Mona Lisa because you weren't born yet. I mean, what? Nobody was. So
by that reasoning, only Peter de Voogd can enjoy the Mona Lisa because he was born in 1632.
And also with music, like you can't listen to Mozart or anything. I mean, what? What's up with that?
When was the Mona Lisa made? 15th century?
16th century.
So not even Peter de Voogd can enjoy it because he was born in the 17th century. Damn.
So PC game here, boxed.
I know some guys who will be very jealous.
Yeah, really? Is it so uncommon?
Yeah,
uncommon.
No, not uncommon but there are some guys that collect big box PC games, true. And then this is one of the bigger titles.
The bigger titles.
Yes. This is not a Playmobil figure.
No, definitely not. It was €1, so I couldn't pass it up. I mean, the box is still in good condition.
Check the original price.
2,760 Belgian francs.
So that's almost €75.
75 euros.
That's horrible.
The same dude also had a PS1, and I asked how much for the PS1. He also said €1. I was like, okay. Open is here. There's a game inside, memory card, and the power supply. I'm kind of hoping that it's chipped.
There's a Disney Lilo and Stitch game included.
But the fact that it has an original game probably...
Yeah, means it's not chipped.
Yeah. Sadly.
The PS1 is like... It's so cute. It's one of the best consoles ever designed. It's so well done. So very cutesy.
And I'm looking for a graphics card for my semi-old PC.
It doesn't close anymore.
Yeah, the button is stuck. It's like dirt. I have to open it up and clean it.
Thomas, what did you buy?
We'll close it.
Thomas.
I had it.
You had it. No!
It's like the GameCube also has this problem.
Really? I never had that problem.
Yeah, because you don't have a dirty GameCube.
No, I kept it very. Although my GameCube also had this discolorization, which I hated because I never left it in the sun. You have the purple one? Yeah. Yeah,
they all have it.
I never left it in the sun, and it's still why?
Nintendo. It's apparently it has something to do with the
design flaw.
No, fire repelling substances in plastic.
Okay.
And even if you leave it in a box in a cupboard, it will still discolor.
So, but for example, your orange one doesn't. So it's only with the purple one.
Yeah, probably the substance.
Yeah, it's disappointing.
Graphics card, €1. It's from the €1 guy.
Which era of PCs?
Well,
would
I
you
think
date this? Is it?
It's
90s?
pretty new. It's 2005 or something.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm hoping it still works because I had a lot of bad luck with buying graphics cards at flea markets. But for €1, I mean, you can't complain. Well, I might even try to hack it to put it in my old Mac computer so it has better graphics.
Hack the Mac.
Hack the Mac. And also from the same guy, S-Video cable, 5 meters S-Video cable, so that's pretty long. It's to attach my SVHS player to the stereo, and this he wanted €2 for, strangely.
It's quite expensive.
For the PS1, €1 for this stupid cable, and I couldn't haggle him down. So
this is sort of a lower tier brand. I remember they were from Kruidvat. I bought 2 HDMI cables from this brand in Kruidvat.
It looks pretty solid.
It looks pretty solid, but
I will open it up live on camera. It looks like a quality cable to me.
Yeah, sure, but it's just probably some batch that Kruidvat once bought and then.
Smells kind of
rubbery, burned rubber.
Yeah.
It smells of Thomas's ambition.
So you have something to show? I can take a break for a minute.
Well, so as Thomas told you guys, we went to a flea market today. It was quite funny. It was in Wilrijk, which is your hometown.
Yes,
and
my,
it was
my turf.
And on the parking lot of IKEA.
Yep.
Never had a flea market there.
No.
But today is a holiday.
It's
so
handy because there's parking space.
Yeah, and there's today's Monday, but it's a holiday. So, what did I buy? 2 pins.
I found that one.
You did find that one. So actually, this is yours. Huh? It's the Jurassic Park, the Rap Attack. it's why would you
the Rap Attack?
Why would you abbreviate Raptor to rap? I don't know. It's like the hip hop attack, the Rap Attack.
It would be funny if the Velociraptors were actually singing a rap song. You know?
Well, they're almost talking in the 3rd movie, so why not rapping? Funny thing is, this is from copyright 92. So, as with all Jurassic Park merchandise, this was actually copyrighted the year before the movie came out. So they were aware that they had to brand it.
They had a big hit on
their hands. Well, no. Even if they have a small hit, they will still copyright it because they need to be copyrighted. But it's funny that in '92, no one knew about Jurassic Park.
No, they were
and then it blew up.
Now it would already be known on the internet. Like,
they
made something.
But in '92, no one was aware of it. Yeah, probably there was maybe some small, like I can imagine maybe in '91, like the rights to Michael Crichton's book have been sold, but nothing more, and no one would care. And well, it's still a game changer of a movie, so I mean, I'm a big fan.
It's an awesome movie, the first one.
And I also found, coincidentally, 2 dinosaur pins. This is from Littlefoot, The Land Before Time. My favorite.
Littlefoot.
Yeah, Littlefoot. That's the English name.
For the character.
Yeah, in Dutch it's Platvoet, like flat foot, but in English it's Littlefoot. And so the movie Land Before Time, my favorite animated movie of all time. I really, really, really adore this movie. So I'm happy to find a pin for 50 cents each.
We will hook it up to his jeans.
And then I will be as cool as the kids from the 80s. Yes.
We will.
So thank you, Thomas, for pointing me in the direction of 2 pins.
No problem. So at the same flea market that we were together, I bought some comic books. These were 50 cents a piece. Cable 2. I have the first issue somewhere back from in the 90s. I used to buy a lot of first issues and then...
In the 90s?
Yeah, because...
you had too much money?
No, it was quite expensive back then, so I could never afford... I wanted to read all the series, but I could never afford...
And where did you buy them in the 90s?
In Mechanic, yeah.
Ah, okay.
Mechanic Strip.
In Antwerp?
Yeah. Ooh, commercial for... Dungeons and Dragons VHS tape.
No, that's Dragon Strike. Don't you remember the angry video game nerd made a movie about it? I don't think it's really Dungeons and Dragons. It's
from TSR, eh? So it's
so it's probably one of those. Yeah. It's like Hero Quest. It's like an easier version to use Dungeons and Dragons.
The new easy man, a lot of Dungeons and Dragons commercials. So Cable 2, and this one, whoa. It's not from Marvel, but from Malibu Comics. But it's pretty cool. It has like a hole, a bullet hole in it. But the back is a commercial for one of my not favorite video games, but an awesome video game, Super Swift.
There's a hole in my comic, dear Liza, dear Liza. There's a hole in my comic.
Take a look.
So, but why is there a hole? It's like, so every issue, every page will have a hole.
Yeah, and it's the first ever Force Beam hole comic. So yeah. Don't know if that's
Force beam hole.
I don't know.
Open it up.
I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing.
Why?
Oh, somebody messaged me. Sorry, guys. It looks pretty bad, but you know, Terminator 2 commercial.
Nice. Yeah, the commercials are always the best part about old comics.
So, the last one I took from the stack was. Ooh. Oh, that's a cool movie.
It's a great movie.
It took a very long time to me to find this movie because I saw it as a kid and I forgot the title.
Back then, we had it on Betamax. My dad taped it on Betamax.
From the TV.
Yeah, and the funny thing is, in Belgium, or at least in Europe, no, let's say in Europe, or at least in Belgium, it's called California Man.
Ah, that's why I couldn't
That's the reason.
find it.
And I think, and I read that because Enkino is, as a word or as a place name, is not as famous in Europe, right? Because everybody knows California, but Enkino is more
small,
is a
small
smaller.
part.
So
it's Enkino, not Encino.
Oh, maybe I'm wrong.
No, maybe I'm wrong.
Encino and Kino,
Yeah.
drop it in the comments.
All you 10% of our viewers are American.
So Encino and Kino, I would say Encino, but maybe it's Encino.
I don't know.
Anyway, in Europe or in Belgium, it's called California Man. So that's probably the reason why you never. But it's a good movie. It even stars Sean Astin from The Goonies.
This one is a awesome commercial for one of my favorite video games. We have one thing to say about Contra 3, and that's boom. 3-page.
How much must that have cost
back in the day?
Wow. 3 full pages of a comic.
Also funny that the bullets say foop foop foop.
Well, better than fap fap fap.
But still, it's close.
Foop foop foop.
My special gun.
That's a weird gun. A gun that says foop foop foop. What were they thinking?
So, first game I found at flea market.
Found it. Found.
Don't have it yet. Yes. Black online, which is a pretty rare to find. Not really rare, but I love the Twisted Metal series. You ever played them?
No, but
mostly on PS1.
Yeah, they were quite big in the late 90s, but then they disappeared.
Completely.
What happened?
No idea.
Because they always had the cool artwork with sort of a clown.
Yeah, creepy clown.
Creepy guy.
Yeah, driving cars, smashing into each other. And then Nintendo Land, first Wii U game I ever found on the flea market, which was €4.
Yeah, it was a launch game. It was included in.
Yeah, it says here.
Yeah, it was included in the. There were 3 starter packs. I remember there was the white one with just the 8 gigabytes. Then there was the 32 gigabyte black one with this one included, and then there was the bigger Zombie U pack, which also included the Pro controller, and that's the one I picked up at launch. But back then I was debating, like, do I want Nintendo Land, do I want Zombie U, and then I thought, well, maybe I want a little more adult game. But then, as it turned out, Nintendo Land is the better game.
Is Zombie U that bad?
Well, I liked it. I played it till the end, and I liked it, but the reviews were savage. So
savage. They re-released it later as just Zombie for
PS4, Xbox, which is weird because, of course, they promised it be a Wii U exclusive,
but nobody bought a Wii U. So.
But I always hate when developers lie. If they say it's an exclusive, then keep it an exclusive. Remember when Resident Evil 4 was to be a GameCube exclusive, and only 6 months later it was a PS2 game.
Yeah, but that's because
don't lie.
The designer, that has to do with the structures at Capcom, because the designer was a huge fan of Nintendo and the GameCube. He promised 5 exclusive titles for the GameCube. Product number 3, Resident Evil 4, Beautiful Joe,
Killer 7,
Killer 7. Yeah. And then one game didn't get released. I forgot the title, but it was a Flying with the Angels kind of thing. And only product number 3 remained GameCube exclusive, because that's also the commercially the worst game for the 4. But then, really, after that debacle, because the game's really sold bad and they put Capcom put a lot of money in the development, he left Capcom and started, I think, Clover Studio, which made the really cool game on PS2 with the wolf, the Zelda.
Okami?
Yeah. And so the guy who promised the exclusivity left Capcom.
But it's still it's cheating on your audience, because you promise.
Well, what are you gonna do about it? So next thing, which I saw, the first thing I saw at this flea market. It's an Apple IIc screen.
It's very heavy.
Yeah, it's very heavy. It still works. We just plugged it in, put my NES in, and it's in all its green glory.
Green slimy glory.
Paid $750 for this. Now I'm hoping that one day I'll find a Apple IIce.
One day I'll find an Apple.
It also came with a
monstrously huge
power supply. So that's cool. Now I only need to find the computer.
Maybe you can check eBay.
Whoa. Yeah, but they're like €200 or something. It's super expensive.
Which you have, Thomas, which you have.
I have it, but I don't want to
You're a rich bee.
Last thing I picked up at the flea market.
We should show the artwork.
Yeah, I'll show it in a second. It's a Tomy pinball machine. Always wanted one of these. The batteries leaked inside, so I'm hoping it still works, but it takes 5 D batteries, so
wow.
We'll have to go to Kruidvat tomorrow to pick up D batteries. I'll show you guys the box.
Yes.
You have anything left to show?
Yeah. Last episode, I talked about the gifts I got from my girlfriend.
From or for?
No, from. I got the Monsters Blu-ray and the book about breasts and
the book about breasts.
and the T-shirt, the Back to the Future T-shirt, and the AC/DC box. But she also gave me a fifth and final present, which is the very nice, lovely book, The Art of John Alvin. Now, as you may or may not know, or you may not know the name John Alvin, but he made some of our favorite and most iconic posters. So, of course, E.T. He also did Blade Runner. He did some for Alien. He also made a very nice Goonies one. Now, the very sad thing is that John Alvin... This is written by his wife, by the way. Andrea Alvin, his widow. Because he passed away... John Alvin passed away in 2008, and he was only 59, so it's much too young. But the lovely thing about this book is that it also includes all his sketches and his preliminary artwork. So, for example, he made a few more for E.T., but then they just decided on a very simple image, which is the one we all know. Yeah, he did Cocoon, he did The Golden Child, he even did a 10th anniversary Star Wars, which was never released after all. So it's not just posters, there's also always the story behind the poster, which is nice. So, for example, his wife says... John was never held responsible for a sort of a security breach, but as a result, Lucasfilm called back all of the posters. All that remains are a few of the limited editions and unlimited editions that were used as samples. They have consequently become one of the more collectible pieces of Star Wars memorabilia. So there's a lot of artwork that even never got released, which is even worse, I think, because the man did such an awesome job, also for The Godfather Part 3, which is very nice, but then they just settled on a photo of Al Pacino.
Yeah, that's a shame, eh?
It's Darkman, very nice as well.
This was used. Eh?
This was used. Yeah, most of his things were used, but for
it's logical that they don't use everything.
No, but I think it's always sad when you hire a real artist, and this is like a real artist. This is the caliber of Drew Struzan and John Alvin. It's like the best in the poster business. And when you then just make up a Photoshop montage, that's just sad, because everyone can make a Photoshop montage, but not everyone can paint.
No, it's true, but
it's really a lost art nowadays. The movie poster, and it saddens me.
Yeah, they never do it anymore.
No,
like the real drawn posters.
Yeah, if you remember the very sad anecdotes.
Star Wars.
Yeah, no, even this is not a drawn one, because
like
Drew Struzan.
Photoshop filter.
Drew Struzan did come out because he retired. He's still alive. Lucky him. I mean, lucky
for
Drew
him.
Struzan is still alive. He's of course one of my biggest heroes because he did the Back to the Future posters. But he retired. I mean, he had to quit the business because he didn't get any. Didn't get any jobs anymore. And he did one off. He came out of retirement to do a Force Awakens one, and then they didn't use it.
Really?
They just used it for I think one print run for a convention. But they never used it as the full blown poster campaign. Why hire? And he also published a book. Drew Struzan. I also got his book. And Drew Struzan says there was a final straw that made him quit the business when he made the Hellboy 2 poster. He was making a Hellboy 2 poster, very nice. He painted Ron Perlman in full makeup, and then they never used it. And then there was also a convention, and one of the Drew Struzan fans asked a Sony representative in the audience, or sorry, Universal back then. Hellboy 2 was Universal. The first Hellboy was Sony. So they asked an executive, so why didn't you use the excellent Drew Struzan poster? And the network executive, or the studio executive, he just said, well, it looked too much like art. What? That's like the lamest. And then when Struzan heard this, he said, "Okay, I'm out." Yeah. If you can't enjoy or appreciate art, I mean, this is a guy who's a genius. He paints lifelike. John Alvin as well. Luckily, John Alvin. Well, sadly he passed away, but luckily he passed away before the deterioration of his craft. Although in 2008. 2008 was also a downfall because this was the year of Hellboy 2. So
have you seen the movie The Mist?
Frank Darabont. He still uses why do you mention
because the main protagonist in the movie he paints
but Frank Darabont
movie posters.
Frank Darabont is one of the last big fans of drawn movie posters because he always asked Struzen to draw his posters. So Frank Darabont is one of the final. He's a good guy. He's one of the good guys. He says, "I want a drawn poster."
Maybe it'll come back. Yeah.
I hope. Do you remember the awesome calicos, like the drawn, like the painted posters? They were just used once or twice. They were painted on buildings in Antwerp as well. That was that's also a lost art. It was beautiful. They were really artists, guys that just painted the poster for 3 or 4 weeks, and then it was just painted over.
The next movie,
It was like, why do they? Nah, it's sad.
It's
I
shame,
think it's really it's a shame.
Back then, probably printing was more expensive than that. Just let the guy copy.
I think I remember from my youth one calico. There's not an English word for it, it's just a French word, the calico, but the calico. I remember from Jurassic Park, you remember, I saw it in the Calypso, also a long gone cinema in Antwerp, and they still had a calico for Jurassic Park. And I remember as a 9-year-old kid thinking, there's something off with this artwork. I thought it was supposed like, the T-Rex, it's okay, but it's just a little, of course, it was a hand-painted, hand-drawn, so it's much more impressive than just pasting a poster.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, well... It's my dream job.
Everything comes and goes.
I would love to make a calico one day. So if there's any directors out there, I know George Lucas, you're subscribing. I know you're retired, but if you ever want a free calico, I'll do it for free.
I'll make a movie and then you can.
Do you still have something to show? Or?
No, I think that's it.
So did we make it under the 30-minute? Probably
Who
not.
knows? Probably not.
Especially for Peter Jan. He doesn't like long videos.
But people, if you stop watching a video, you can resume it later. So you don't
Maybe we have to explain this to Peter Jan.
Maybe I'll make an instruction video. Stop and then later press play.
Well, we'll see you guys next time.
Well, yep.
As always, keep buying shit so we don't have to buy it.
Yeah. Is that our final expression? Keep buying shit so we don't have to buy it. Bye.
Well, not buy.
As you can see, both the Apple screen and the PS1 are fully operational. €1 for the PS1 and 7.5 for this Apple IIc monitor, including power supply. The pinball machine, sadly, at the moment is not functional. I bought batteries, but can't get any juice out of it, so we'll have to wait and see. If something is wrong on the inside, we'll open it up to check out. Well, that's it. Bye.